Baz Cox from Clapham Blue Army TV. The question of the week is from the highest paid players at the club. Which ones would I get rid of? I'm going to start with probably an unpopular opinion. Jack Wilshere, I would not get rid of. Although he's on big money, I'm hoping that man, and I really am hoping that man gets a chance and a bit of good luck. He ain't had any for a long time in his career. But I just think he's a special talent if you can get him fit. It's a big if, but I would risk another year if I'm honest with you. The big earner who I wouldn't mind seeing the back of, because there's something about him that for me just don't sit right, is Yarmolenko. For the injuries he gets, for what he offers, for me, I know it's hypocritical from Jack Wilshere, but that's not enough. I think we've got enough cover. Not having Yarmolenko, so he would probably be the first one I'd get rid of. As a left winger, he ain't got enough pace for me, so that would mean his position in the team would be more central. We've got Fornals and also Lanzini who can do them roles. Anderson's a big hitter, but again, Anderson for me, I would contemplate bringing more central and not selling and not wasting out on a wing. I think we've got enough cover. We could do with one more and a pacey winger. But yeah, Yarmolenko would be first for me. It's tough after that because I wouldn't really want to see the back of Wilshere or Anderson, if I'm honest with you. I think they've got a lot to offer the club still. Don't think they have as yet, if I'm honest. Not enough, especially Wilshere. But I do believe they've got enough, if fit, if played in the right positions, to offer the club. So Yarmolenko would be the man for me, who I wouldn't mind seeing the back of this summer, through wages reasons only.
I have two players that I'm pretty much 100% sure I want off the books for next season, and one player that I'm quite on the fence about. I think I'll start with the most obvious player, which is Jack Wilshere. He is on 100,000 a week, and he's only made 8 appearances from us since we signed him. The rest of the time he's unfortunately been injured, which is quite a common thread with Jack. It's disappointing because I think he's a fantastic midfielder, and I think given the chance, if his health gave him the chance, he would be fantastic for us. But in all honesty, his wage, I think he's such an injury concern. Is that a risk we should carry on taking with him? And in my opinion, no, I think those wages could be better placed elsewhere. I'm quite happy with our midfield. Rice, Souček, Fornals, Lanzini as a backup. I think the question is, would we miss him? Well, we haven't really seen him too much, so it's a difficult one to answer. But I think with his wages, we could definitely free him and his ankles from the club. Unfortunately, another injury-prone person is Yarmolenko, and this is a really disappointing one for him because I've always been a big fan. I think he's a fantastic striker. But his injury record before he came to West Ham was pretty poor, and it's been pretty poor since he got here. I mean, he's the highest paid player, and he's only made 25 appearances since we signed him. And I just think that, again, is it worth the weekly wages for someone that just doesn't get the minutes on the pitch? I mean, we've signed Bowen. We've got, is there a place for him? I mean, like Jack, yes, I think, but is he even going to get the minutes? No. And at that weekly wage, I just think, again, that could be better placed elsewhere. And finally is Anderson. I am on the fence with him because for me, he's quite an inconsistent player. You know, everyone goes on about how great he is in training. That doesn't always translate onto the pitch. However, I would 100% hang on to him for at least one more season. I wouldn't get rid of him. I mean, his wage is 85 grand a week. But I wouldn't want to get rid of him. I think there's still promise to be had in Anderson, and I think there's still use for him on the wing, you know, left or right. Yeah, so for me, I would be looking to take off the books Yarmolenko and Wilshere, although it is with a heavy heart. But also, just to mention, Sanchez is going, so that will free up, I think, 50 grand a week. And then we can replace him with a real footballer. So we've got that, you know. But yeah, so it is, like I said, with a heavy heart. it's Wiltshire and Yarmolenko for me, and keep Anderson for at least one more season. I think we can use him.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. It's been 40 years since we watched Arsenal lose in the FA Cup final to the mighty Hammers, and it's been 14 years since we lost to Liverpool at Cardiff in the FA Cup final as well. Time is going very, very quickly. It really, really is. Now for today's question, I would sell everybody. I would sell Jack Wilshere because of his injury record and his wages. I would sell Andrei Yarmolenko for his injury record and his wages. And I would sell Felipe Anderson because of his wages and the fact that he's not living up to the potential that we all know he can do, and he knows he can do as well for that matter. Now we all know how pivotal his stats are, but his stats only say half the story. You can't give an answer to keeping Anderson purely based on his stats. You've got to look at his attitude. You've got to look at his work rate. You've got to look at what he does when he's off the ball. It's not good. It's not good. For the money we paid for the player, I should say, it's not good. Will we recoup all of the money that we paid for these players? God, no. Not a chance in hell. There's no way we're going to get the money back for Yarmolenko. I know Wilshere was a free. So there's that side of things. But Anderson, we're not going to see anywhere close to the money that we got for him in the first place. Which is a real shame. But that is what it is, unfortunately. I don't want to sell Anderson, but we've got no choice. He is pretty much dead wood. Yarmolenko is unfulfilled potential as far as West Ham are concerned. And Jack Wilshere is Jack Wilshere. I said when the signing came in the first place that this was a PR stunt. Because we all know his family history with West Ham. And I've been proven right, unfortunately. But you look after yourselves. Take care. And we'll see you soon.
All right. So today's question is who would you offload out of Yarmolenko, Anderson, Wiltshire, or any other? The honest answer is definitely Wiltshire. I think the other two boys bring something to the team. I would definitely get rid of Wiltshire. He's on too much money. He's not doing anything. He's not bringing anything to the party. So sell him, get rid of him, and he can reignite his career in the First Division or the Championship, as it's now called. We could use that money to buy some really decent up and coming youngsters for the team. Another midfielder, but I think another striker would be great. We can use that money of his wages as well as the profit, the money that we'd get from him. We wouldn't get a lot for him, but so he'd definitely be on the first to go. I would keep Anderson, and I would play him in more a central role if I was the governor, and let him be a playmaker, because I think he's very talented. I love to watch him, and I think he's got a lot of skill and a good eye. So I would move him into the middle. Yarmolenko, I would leave him out on the wing and play Snoddy on the other wing. But I would get rid of Yarmolenko first before Anderson, definitely. And then the others who I'd get rid of is the Deadwood. Masuaku, I don't like him. He's all right going forward, but he's not a defender. So, I think a lot of goals that are given away are sometimes his mistakes because he just gives up. Playing as a fullback, you can't be doing that, can you? So that's what I would do. So number one to get the bullet would be Wilshere. He says he's a West Ham fan and all that, but I think his best days were at the Gooners, so he's got to go. See you, mate. Ta-da. Thanks for not a lot. All right, take it easy, keep well, stay safe. Up the Hammers. Come on, your odds.
Good evening, everyone. So this week's question: out of three players, Yarmolenko, Wiltshire, Anderson, three high-earning players, who would you like to get rid of? It's a bit tricky picking who, and then I was glad that there was an option, all of them. So I'll go for all of them. Again, looking back at my videos, I think it's time to really change the way the club's running and make some important strategic decisions in which direction the club is going, and which, obviously, according to me, is buying young players, more British, hopefully, Championship, but more players that can hit the ground running, that kind of thing. So Wiltshire, yep, £100,000 a week, around 5.5 million a year. The problem with him when I've watched him is he's very static. It takes him a couple of days to turn around with the ball. By then the ball's gone or the opportunity's gone. The game is much quicker than it was when he was in his prime 3, 4, 5 years ago, and I don't think he'll ever get back to what he was. I don't think so. You might get 2-3 games out of him and he breaks down again. So I think Wiltshire has to go, and I'm a bit annoyed with him. I always came across as a bit of an honest player, but I think considering that he wasn't fully fit when we signed him, I don't know how the medical went through, and he just seems to get fit, sign contracts, and then he's not fit again. And I think he knows he's going to be in the way out. It's the way he's speaking in the media. He's saying things like, hasn't worked out to me, but I know there's a player in there. I know I can be strong. He's kind of pitching himself up for the next team he's going to mug off, really. So Wiltshire has to go, get him off the wages. He's not going to get fit for me long term. Anderson, I'm going to get good money for him, I think. One of my favourite players after his first year. He doesn't just seem to have the confidence anymore. You think that when a new manager joins, he can lift a player. He played well in that Bournemouth game, the first game. David Moyes kind of came in after that, got injured. Doesn't seem to want the ball. I'm not sure about him. I mean, doesn't seem to have the end product. Doesn't want to go down a byline. Hesitant to put his foot in, which you need in this league, especially playing for a club like West Ham, if you want the fans behind you. So I think while you had a chance, let's get some of that money back and just say, maybe you can hit it off at another club. He's one of those I definitely wouldn't rule out, but for us, I can't see it. So he'll be the other one. Yarmolenko again, 31, high wages, £100,000 a week again, like all three of them are nearly on. Time to go. I don't think he can string more than 5 games together. And he was injury prone when he came to us. That's why he came. Dortmund, funny enough, probably knew they're getting good money and good sort of injury prone player off their books, really. So all 3 of them, 2 of them are injury prone. Good time to get rid of them. And the third one has just not worked out for him like it does at some clubs, and for another club it might. Because in return, you get 3 of these off the books, releasing a lot of wages, reasonable money coming in, and I just want people like Bowen in, and I think they're out there. Let's bring these 3-4 young, hungry players in who can be more sort of fit to play more regularly than these 3, really. So thank you, no thank you. Come on, you Irons, take care and be healthy, everyone.
For West Ham fans everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. Never miss a thing with the latest West Ham news, gossip and social stories as they break. Download the free COY Irons app now from the App Store and Google Play.